Hello again, fellow RC enthusiasts. It's your host Tom Cogswell here for another NX tutorial video. In this one, we're going to cover something new with update 3.05. So if your radio is updated to 3.05 or later, you're going to have a new way to input text. We have two new keyboards, and we'll go over all three of the keyboards that are on your NX radios post that update. If you're watching this video a year or so from now, you might already have this installed. It's going to be likely that you will, but if it's, this date or fairly soon, you may need to update your radio. If you do need to update your radio, we have a couple of videos on how to do that either over Wi-Fi or with the USB cable on your radio. So let's get started. I'm just going to go ahead and power on my radio. And to get to these different keyboards, you're going to go down to System Setup. And then when you click on System Setup, you go to Yes, of course. And we're going to go down to System Settings right here. All right, so now that we're in the System Settings menu, you'll notice that we have a new option here for Roller Menu. And we'll cover that in just a second. Let's go over the keyboard first. So we're going to go down and you're going to go to Next. And you're going to have keyboard here. We have the option for SwiftBoard, RapidBoard, and Legacy. So Legacy, as we are all familiar with, let's go back. If I change my username and I select a letter, it's just that line of text and we scroll through and select it, right? So I can change my O to another different O and so forth, and I can scroll through and change my username. This also applies for pretty much anything you can name, from your model names to anything else, really. So anything that you input text for, this is going to be how it affects it. So that's the Legacy one. All right, let's go back. We'll go to Next again. We're going to change our keyboard. Let's do the RapidBoard next. So RapidBoard is pretty simple. We'll go back to my username. All right, and so here is our RapidBoard keyboard. We'll go over it real quick. So when you scroll down, you can change whatever we're naming here. You select that, and then you'll see the cursor will move with our scroll wheel. So if I scroll left, it goes to the left, and if I scroll right, it goes to the right. And if you keep going, it'll just go to the next one up, and which can start from the beginning like that. We also can change the case. So it's up in lower or uppercase there. This is lowercase. You can change the case. We've got a space. So if I want to put a space in there, oh, it deleted my O. We'll fix that in a second. So we can space through. We can also use these two down here to move where the cursor is. So it's not going to delete anything. It's not inputting anything. We're just changing where the cursor's at. And then we can select our things here. So let's go ahead and start putting in my name. So I'm going to go to lowercase, and I'm going to go to O. And then if I want to, let's say we want to go to this M here, right? If we press and hold the function button and scroll, voila, look at that. That's pretty cool. It will go up and down on that column. So you've got rows without pressing the function, and it will scroll through the rows like that. Or if you press and hold the FN or the function key, it will go up and down. Pretty handy. All right, so there's that part. And then there's one other part. So let's go ahead and do a space, and we can add some more letters. Whenever you go to a letter, let's say O is a good example, it has this line of different characters for different languages and functions like that. If we press and hold the function key here and then click, it'll kind of go through each one in steps. So that's a normal O. Then we've got an O with the kind of dash above it. Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really sure what we call these things. It's just not in the English language. But you can change to the different pronunciations for O that way. This also applies for, I believe, U has the same thing. Pretty much any kind of vowel, I want to say. Yeah, A, E, I, O, and U, of course. So that is how you would change that. And then you have special characters over here. Once again, you just can scroll through, or if you press and hold, you can go up and down. So if I wanted to change, put in a money sign, I can. And then also the clear button works just as it used to be. So let's go ahead and get rid of these things that I don't need. So the clear button is really a fancy or helpful tool for this. So if I select this and I press clear, this the top button here, it's gonna delete any character that went past that position. So good shortcut for you guys to know how to use. So that is the Rapid Fireboard. Let's go back and go over the SwiftBoard, or RapidBoard to SwiftBoard. They're very similar, but you will see the some differences to it. So let's go back to my username. All right, so now in this one, instead of having the numbers to the right-hand side of the screen, they're at the top, and then you've got your alphabet below that. So let's click on here. And just like the RapidBoard, if you scroll through, it will go up and down, or it'll go through the row and then onto the next row, or just like the RapidBoard, if you press and hold the function key and scroll, it will go up and down like that. Or if you press and hold the function key and click, it will go through the different letters that are available, again, at the bottom here. All right, so let's see how quickly and simply, I feel like this is a great upgrade. So if you guys spend some time with it, you'll figure out how to use it real quickly. I mean, it saves you a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and put in my full username here. So T, and then I want to go lowercase, I want to go up. Oh, I hit the back button. I want to go up. M. All right, we want to go to space. I want to go down, T, up, H, and then I can scroll through, whatever is fastest for you. You can just keep scrolling. There's a lot of scrolling if you want to, but let's say I want to get to that B up there. Oh, I want to go uppercase. Let's get to that B. And then let's go to lowercase again. And there you have it. Super simple to use. And let's go over what this roller menu is. So we got bonded. There's a bonded option, and then the circular option. What this does, so let's show you what bonded is. So if we go back to our menu list here, you know how you can scroll all the way to the top and it stops, and you can scroll all the way to the bottom and it stops at the bottom. We've just made this an option, so if you want, and this is what circular will do, is if we go back here, when it's set to circular, when we get to the bottom and we scroll past it, it goes right back to the top. And then vice versa, if you get to the top and you scroll past it, it'll go back to the bottom. I think it's useful for anybody that's not quite familiar where everything's at on the menus, and you can just keep scrolling through until you see what you're looking for. Personally, I've gotten used to, I know exactly where everything's at because I use this stuff all the time, but that is a helpful way for, I'd say, newbies or people that aren't quite familiar. It's really just another way for the interface to be used. So that is how to use the different keyboards, the SwiftBoard, the RapidBoard, and of course the Legacy board, which we're all familiar with, on version 3.05 or higher on your Spektrum NX radios. And like I said, this is for all NX radios, NX10, NX8, NX6, it's all the same. So really cool stuff with this latest update. Go ahead and check out the changelog. I'll have a link for that for other things that are new with this update, but this is kind of the big thing with it. All right, this is Tom from Horizon Hobby and SpektrumRC signing off in this tutorial video. If you guys have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or if there's other NX tutorial videos that you'd like to see me cover, feel free to also leave those in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy flying.